Arriving at Colloseo. Ready
Alrighty.
for battle.
Hey everybody. Welcome to map 2. Sojourn Widow. Kiriko on Ramatra. Solid hero choice on our part.
4,
On
3,
their part, they're just going to come out with a Bastion.
1.
Alright, let's see how we counter that
Objective
Bastion.
unlocks in 30 seconds.
We're just straight maining. Okay, we got the Bastion. That's good. Good grapple on the Widow. Didn't get the shot, but just creates pressure anyway. Now, admittedly, the way they're playing, we can get away with this kind of face-first maining. Still getting the deadly pressure. They're trying to come after the Widow. Yeah. Ramontra's holding his own in the front. Overall, we definitely need some heals, though. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's a primary... Oh, and actually, you just paid for it a little bit. That's a primary example of getting too adventurous, because we didn't have the sustain healing we needed going on. We lost a healer, and 2 of our DPS are half, and tank is about 2/3. This team fight could get flipped just because we got just a little too adventurous.
Your miscalculation will cost you everything. Take everything from them.
Nice Widow shot. You gotta get out of there. You're gonna die. Woo! Oh. Kiriko. Oh. Okay. That was good reactive positioning to take less damage, but that first solid chunk of damage was somewhat preventable. Decent positioning up here. I think more so than going forward, getting a bigger fan. So right now we're all kind of mainlining towards spawn and a little bit over this way. If we getting, I'm not sure a Widow would be good for this because she's not as mobile as is ideal. But if we had an Echo or a Sojourn could get up here and start, even if nothing else, even if they're not getting this pressure, getting pressure this way once they come over, that gets real deadly because they're gonna try to dive Widow, and then you got Sojourn shooting in the back. That's pretty deadly. So finding ways to spread out a little bit. Bastion. Oh. That's also a prime example of why Bastion alone doesn't fix a damage problem. I thought they fixed the scoreboard in replays, but I still can't see it. My guess is they went Bastion because they were getting out damaged by our damage. But really, in that case, Bastion ran around the side of a shield. Good night. Sleeping with the robots. Or the bolts. I don't know. That sounded good. And tank pushing. We're getting a little extra brave. Good Kiriko TP. Oh, dead Sojourn. Nice TP. And topped off. Hey, gave up a couple kills, but not the entire set. And truthfully, based on how they chased, I'm pretty sure Sojourn could have got out as well. Okay, that's 2 ults right there. Oh, and actually, 1 second. I need to back up and show you all what happened right there. So keep in mind that they've got a BAP window. We're gonna slow this down just a little bit. So, oh, too far. We need to back up a little further. Okay, so BAP window, and then we Fox face first into it. This is basically, it's challenging mechanics as far as like, okay, who's going to hit more shots. It also leaves more room for chance because that matrix, I believe it doubles damage going through it. So that means a soldier rocket can one-shot you now going through that. And likewise, you're going to go faster in the Kitsune. The matrix gives more opportunity for burst damage. The Kitsune gives more chance for sustained damage and speed. This is risky. Ideally, in this case, I would just back around a corner, line of sight it, wait till it runs out, and then throw the fox down and just wipe them. But trying to run face first into his little risky. So our Ramatra is definitely short some heals. And then this Sigma. Oh! Oh, and it's already down. I need to too far. Maybe we need to go itty bitty baby speed.
Suffer as I have.
So you got the Ramatra ult, nanoed the wrong person, and now he's going in. Keep in mind, he doesn't have the nano. He heard the nano, but didn't get the nano. And there's 5 people shooting at him square in the face. Okay, block, trying to get some healing in. Kitsune healing, hopefully helping out. Now, I don't think this tank did this on purpose, like Giga Chad 5D chess, but watch what happens. Shield. Now, the shield here does a couple different things. The shield breaks line of sight on Sigma and Baptiste, so they're not taking damage from him, which is going to cut his ult off sooner. It also... It looks like... Well, let me check the actual POVs real quick. Hydratic only has a partial POV, and where his crosshair is right now is not... It's not going to heal him. And even if you got him like here, it's still going to get shield. So it's only like half the body. And then even there's a bot here. So between shield and bot, Hydratic doesn't have a good healing angle on him. And then let's see about Blueberry. Blueberry has no effective healing angle. Because here's... Oh, whoops. Here's Blueberry's crosshair. All that's getting stopped by the bot and the shield. So I'm not sure if Sigma meant to do that. But that killer shield placement between the shield and the bot completely shut down any chance of bailing Ramatra out on that ult. So, well played on the part of the tank, and then overplayed on the part of the Ramatra. But let's get back to normal tempo. Or the normal playback. Ooh. Revisor. How did he not finish that kill? Oh, yeah. Headshot. Nice shutdown. If that tank knows better, he's running away from that. That was a greedy Suzu. But... Okay, way to poke, hold space as you can, give space where you gotta. I'm surprised they didn't go after Widow. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, they threw a support ult and then finally confirmed 2 kills. Now keep in mind in terms of ult tracking, this is a bit more of an advanced concept that we haven't talked about as much, but you need to keep track of what ults your opponents use, but also the timing of it. They just used BAP window 1 team fight ago, and so even without seeing what we can see in the replay, you know that BAP's ult charge is going to be low, and now they just use Kitsune Rush, and then sure enough confirming it. Okay, BAP's higher than I thought he'd be. He's at 62, but he's not going to have it this team fight, maybe not even next team fight. And Kiriko's, she's already got a quarter of her ult. That's pretty impressive for just having used it. But long story short, they're not going to have any support ults for at least this team fight, and probably not the next team fight either. As far as who tracks what ults, it's a 3-way triangle. If you are a tank, you need to keep track of the enemy tank's ult, because you two should be running into each other the most. If the tank's not hitting you, they're probably hitting your backline. So keep track of how active and where your opposing tank is. If you're playing against a Reinhardt, keep track of how many times they're hitting Fire Strike. Fire Strike gives a ton of ult charge. if you're in a mirror match and every time I get my Nemesis form, I land 7 punches on the enemy Ramatra, but whenever he goes Nemesis form, he whiffs all of them. Or if it's vice versa, Ramatra's going to have ult charge faster than you. If all of your little gravity circle things are getting blocked, but he's hitting all of his, they're going to get ult before you. So just having that awareness. So tanks track tanks. DPS can sometimes end up tracking DPS. It depends on where your head-to-head matchup is. Supports, ironically, you can help track the enemy DPSs or the tanks, and if just based on the positioning in a lot of pro teams, like the designated ult tracker is actually the main support player, where they're not thinking as much as far as like where they're moving, what the rotations are, and things like that. They're just trying to heal. In the meantime, they're tracking, okay, Soldier's been hitting a lot of shots because I've been healing his targets a lot, and the tank has ult because he's been hitting the tank a lot, things like that. But if you're new to ult tracking and you're not used to trying to guess what your enemy's ult is, start with your role's counterpart. And then start looking at who counters your role. So if you're a DPS player and you can't get kills with the enemy supports or just keep healing you up, they're going to have ult pretty quickly. Likewise, if you're a support and you're healing the tank, or you're just getting a lot of healing in general, the enemy DPS or the tank will likely have ult. So it's kind of like projecting under the hood. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, like that one right there, that ram circle didn't hit at all. Okay, so those are some nasty jump mines. You gotta know that even before he ripped it, I didn't look, and I can tell he's gonna have tire. Let's see what that tire gets. Oh, that's a sad tire. Okay, Ramatra, good job holding ground, but not exactly the safest ground to hold. Nice back cap flip. Oh my gosh. Fiction took last week personally, it looks like. He's taking it out on this team. In general, I like this mid-range, long-range hit scan duo. Just because it allows us to take different damage dealing angles. Because Cassidy has damage fall off, he can't hit from distance like Widow can. Likewise, Widow's less effective at close range because she doesn't have a magnetic grenade. We're moving, getting on up there, good. Okay. With this little ledge here, when you're pushing, ideally you want to get one person on, like you have to have one person on the bot to push. In my perfect world, I would love for this to be a long-range support character. So Ana, Kiriko, Zen, Bap, because she can put her left hip on the robot and then let the bot walk behind her so that she can still heal this bridge right up here. And then if you're on this bridge, you got to know when your support goes around the corner that you're not going to get heals unless you're in this line of sight. And then, likewise, let the bot go behind. And then when you come in front of the bot, if you stay here, the bot will still push. So you'll keep getting better and better angle until you're up your level with the next group. But you got to make sure to communicate that with your team and be ready to do a quick little shuffle. So I can't see, but I'm going to come up here, touch, heal, go back and push the bot. That little healer hokey pokey is going to do quite a bit to keep your team alive. This is also what I mean when I'm talking about map control. The robot control is not in danger right now at all. There's a couple respawns coming, but no real danger. So we don't need 3 people pushing the robot. What we need is to get control of this giant lane, which means for a tank, you're going to want to get like up here because the Widow can get value from back there. As soon as the healer crosses the corner, they can get value up here. And a tank can hold all this. And if they just sit here with some DPS plunking and they can just hold this ground, that's free push the whole way. And the Ana can do it, then pass it off to the Cassidy, and then the Ana can get back to a more effective range. There's a lot of ways to work, but right here we're not getting value. Yes, more people on the bot will push it faster. What pushes the bot more surely is how well you have the map controlled. Because if you get that map control I was talking about, where you got boom sniper, boom long range healer, tank up here with another DPS over here, and then another healer at that mid to long range, and they can't come any closer, it doesn't matter how fast the bot moves. They're not going to even be able to touch the robot. Because if you control it right here, there's no alternate flank around the side. You've either got to go through that window, come up here, try to go around that way, come up this way. But if a tank can hold right here by this truck, they can effectively block off the entire back half of all this. But anyway, let's see how it keeps going. Yeah, so right now, with that one, we basically got some one-man map control. Okay, Widow's getting a pinch angle. That's good. A little bit of support. Good. Cool. Map control. Healer at distance. Yeah, I would send Ramatra up a little bit. That's going to enable Widow to take a more aggressive... Oh, no. That's just evil. And that's more ults than I would like between Ramatra and Kitsune, and now it's High Noon. I would have saved the High Noon for clutch, but it ended up working. 633, pretty quick push map. They got some pushback going the other way, but overall pretty quick, pretty effective. At the same time, we got away with some less than ideal positioning in team fights where, okay, Fiction, go click faces. As a team, we can't rely on that. Because Fiction's going to have off games. And as far as the game of Protect the President, teams are going to figure that out real quick. Of, all right, just jump on Fiction and then we'll figure it out. And if we jump on Fiction and we have to play the rest of the game 3v3 because we traded out to get Fiction, that puts us in a significantly weaker spot. So we got to pull that collective team threat, so it's not just Click getting carried, but rather, okay, we can't break this pincer between Cassidy, Ramatra, and Widowmaker and make them pick their poison. Okay, you're going to go Winston to counter Widowmaker? Well, the Cassidy's going to roll through the team. You're not going to counter the Ramatra? Well, he's going to roll through the team. All right? Now, admittedly, this one, they kind of let Cassidy carry, but we got to be ready to be in position and work effectively to finish that out. But anyway, I'm going to shut up on this one. I want to get the other map done so Varsity can be done tonight, because I won't be able to get to the JV ones. JV ones, we're probably going to do those in practice on Friday, so people can get a little bit of immediate over-the-shoulder view of what I'm looking at with these.